Download the BCSN Plus app today. Visit bcsnnation.com for details.
Welcome back to Sports Nightly. Let's run it back one more time, shall we? Sandy Brown, the owner of the Toledo Threat, sitting down with our Tom Cole one last time to talk about her time as a color analyst for BCSN, as well as the hard work that she expects younger girls to put in, no matter if it's on or off the court.
And lastly, take me to being a standout BCSN commentator.
Oh, goodness.
Did you see that? I always saw the game differently. You know, I got to see it as a player. I got to see it as a coach.
Yeah.
But when I got to be a broadcaster, a lot of things became more clear to me as a broadcaster than the other two. What experience did you have?
I would say very similar. So it was so funny because, you know, as a coach and then also, you know, as a player, like you mentioned, but it's such a different viewpoint of the game.
It is very different.
When I first started with BCSN, it was such a great opportunity. It really just kind of fell in my lap, and I love being a part of BCSN. But then once, you know, I actually started calling the games, I'm like, okay, there's so many different perspectives and just different things, and even just the process to study for the game, just a lot of different things, you know, that you don't know that goes into it, and we put so much hard work into, you know, calling games. But yeah, it was such a different experience, but I love it. I enjoy doing it.
You're good at it. Sandy, what would you tell a young person who's watching you and, you know, certainly recognizes your skill, your talent, your success? You're a great mentor for young people. You're a great mentor for young ladies to look up to. The way you carry yourself, the way you conduct business, the way you're so professional. What would you say to a young player today in high school that's trying to play basketball? What advice would you give them if they really want to be good? What would you tell them to do?
It's something that I preach it to our girls all the time, and one thing I'm very specific about in my preach to our young girls, you have to put the work in. You have to.
Right.
Nothing is going to be given to you. You know, it's so easy to see like what your friends are doing, and you know, you might want to go out and like hang out with them or play on your phones and do different things. But if you have these goals and these aspirations and you want to play at the next level, it's going to require some work. And you know, I would say from 7th grade on up, that it's around that time where, you know, you really have to start deciding, you know, okay, I'm going to go towards this sport, I'm going to go toward that sport. But if you're going to go whichever way you're going, you have to put the work in. So that means practicing every day. Getting up out the bed, not just going to play with your friends all the time, but putting in that extra work. Whether it's 1 a day, 2 a day. I know like some of our girls within our program, I know some girls who are working out 2 or 3 times a day. Whether that's playing or them, you know, getting some conditioning in or getting some shots up, whatever the case is, but you have to put the work in, and it's not just with basketball, that's with life. So if you have aspirations, if you have goals, I could wake up one day and say, hey, I would love to be an accountant. Well, you're not just going to wake up and be an accountant. You're going to have to go and study the craft.
You're going to have to do some
things. Put the work in, you know.
Take some tests.
Yeah, take some tests.
Take some classes.
Whatever, intern, anywhere. So, you know, everything that you do in life, it takes hard work, and you got to put the work in.
Well, Sandy, you've put the work in here. We put you to work. You came in on crutches, for God's sakes.
No problem.
Sandy, we thank you so much for being with us. And we applaud your career.
Thank you.
And all you've done and all you've done for us on BCSN.
Thank you.
Thank you so much today.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Totally our honor, Sandy.
Yeah.
Tom Coley, coach for BCSN, and you have been watching Looking Back.